Last time I had a PC, Windows XP was the fresh new OS on the block, and at that time, phones also looked kind of like this. So what made me build this PC after over 15 years of working exclusively on Apple laptops, and why did I go for this configuration? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, this is Z, and if you're new to this channel, I'd like to say hi and welcome. If you are into tech and you like what you see, consider subscribing. So before I dive into the parts that I went for, I'd like to talk about the desktop computers in general. After that many years of nothing but laptops, I had forgotten the magic that stands behind a non-portable, tied to a desk machine. Before you judge me, hear me out. Using only laptops over the years, I took for granted the feeling of sitting behind a computer with a purpose. If it's a laptop, one tends to abuse the interaction as if it's a tablet or a smartphone. I'll give you an example. You're grabbing your laptop and you're pouring yourself into an extremely uncomfortable position somewhere on a couch, bed, or a sofa. And you think you're opening your laptop with the sole purpose of doing something productive, but you end up scrolling the timeline and you are lazy enough to use only 1/5 of your fingers. Does that sound familiar to you? There's some sort of a magic sitting in front of a desktop machine. There's the chair moment, there's the preparing a drink because you know you'll spend some time moment, there's the turning the power on moment. There's a moment you tend to be more productive while sitting at a desk, and when it's time to stand up, you're actually taking a proper break. Interestingly enough, that wasn't my number one reason for going for a desktop machine, but that is something that I'm glad I was able to remind myself of once I did this build. My number one reason was to have a powerful editing machine that can handle my 4K edits and don't feel as if it's constantly struggling while rendering. Don't get me wrong, my MacBook Pro with Touch Bar that I have is actually a powerhouse, but when I edit with it, I feel as if I'm torturing it all the time. Plus, I have to deal with all sorts of dongles and cables. I also wanted to try Windows and see how far it has gone since the time of this sound. I have to be honest, my expectations were from back in the day. I was sure I will struggle with drivers, I knew the potential virus threats were inevitable, I was kind of sure I'll witness the blue screen of death at one point, and I'll end up killing tasks in the task manager. For over a month now though, none of my initial negative thoughts end up being true. In fact, so far I'm actually loving it. Let me know if you want me to do a separate Windows review and impression video in the comment section below, and that applies for most of you who are hardcore Mac OS users. The last reason to go for this machine is my occasional gaming, and I say occasional because I don't consider myself a gamer at all, but I do enjoy titles like Tomb Raider or even old school classics like Age of Empires. So this is the Hulk, as I called it, and let's go over the parts list. The key element here is the InWin 303 NVIDIA GeForce ATX tower, which is a thing of beauty. I prefer sharp edges and clean forms, and the regular white version was my initial choice, but when I saw this GTX version, I had to go with it. Imagine going for this GTX edition and sticking in an AMD GPU. That would have brought some serious dislikes. So for a GPU, I went for none other but the EVGA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti. What can I say? This graphics card can handle pretty much everything you throw at it. That being 4K gaming, VR, or any sort of video rendering. I might go for a second one in the future, but for now, I don't see a hint of a reason for that. By the way, all the parts will be listed in the description below. The brains of the entire operation is the 8th generation Intel Core i7-8700K processor. Judging by what other people have done with it, that thing can handle overclocking like Commander eating green beret for breakfast.
You scared? Well, you should be, because this green beret's gonna kick your big ass.
I eat green berets for breakfast.
With its peak frequency of 4.7 GHz, this 6-core 12 threads beast can handle gaming, recording and streaming like there is no tomorrow. Cooling this beast is the Arctic Freezer 33 Esports CPU cooler in green of course, and holding all the parts together is the Gigabit Z370 Aorus Ultra Gaming motherboard. To be honest, I didn't have a specific reason to choose this motherboard, but I went for the people's feedback instead. I don't regret it one bit. If there's one compromise that I made with this machine, it is the RAM. Given the ridiculous GPU and RAM pricing situation around the mining fever right now, I went for 16GB of 3200MHz Corsair RGB Vengeance. This pair is only a starting point, and I plan to add another pair later on. For storage, I went for 3 disks. The OS disk is a 250GB Samsung NVMe SSD with its sole purpose of storing the operating system. The editing bit is to be done on the 1TB Samsung 850 EVO SSD, which has reading speeds up to 540 MB per second. The disk storage that I went for is the well-approved Western Digital Blue with a capacity of 1TB. I know it's not a lot, but I have lots of external drive that I brought with my MacBook Pro, so it will do the job for now. The power solution that I chose is the BQuad straight power 10-800-watt power supply. It is a breeze when it comes to cable management, and it is a very light breeze when it comes to making any noise. Most of the internal components are RGB ready, giving me the ability to illuminate my case in any way I like. For me, the green color of the in-wing case with its large side glass gave the idea of the Marvel's Hulk cage, hence the name of this PC.
It's an impressive cage. Not built, I think, for me.
Built for something a lot stronger.
The cherry on top of this project is the beautiful Hulk figurine that I snatched at a local store. I haven't done any overclocking yet. As with any custom PC build, this is an unfinished project. I'd call it a starting point to something far better. I know I need to work on my cooling and I also need to add some additional LED goodness, but for now, I'm loving the result. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this new PC. I'd love to hear your suggestions about future upgrades and overall improvements. You can check out the build video montage in the link above and below as well. Like I said, all the parts are in the description. And as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. This is E, over and out.